Good morning. Since the lockdown started, there's been a lot of talk about daily exercise, making sure you have sufficient exercise. Well, I'd have to be honest and say I'm probably getting more exercise now than I did before the lockdown. But yes, exercise is important, but are you tired and weary at the moment? Not just because you may be exercising, but because you are at home and not able to do all the things you would normally do, all the things you'd like to do. This morning, I want to look at the contrast between ourselves and God as seen in Isaiah chapter 40, and I just want to read verses 27 to 31. Some of them I know are quite well known. Why do you say, O Jacob, and speak, O Israel, my way is hidden from the Lord, and my just claim is passed over by my God? Have you not known? Have you not heard? The everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator of the ends of the earth, neither faints nor is weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the weak, and to those who have no might he increases strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fail. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Now I just want to consider three very simple things from those few verses this morning. First of all, in verse 27, we have our despair. Do you feel that God is not even aware of what was happening to you? As the Israelites felt in this verse, they say, why do you say, O Jacob, and speak, O Israel, my way is hidden from the Lord. My just claim is passed over by my gods. So the Israelites were saying, well, I'm not even sure that God really knows what's happening to us. And if he is aware of it, then he's just ignoring it. Do you ever ask that question? Have you perhaps during this lockdown asked the question, where is God when I need him? But the writer, Isaiah, challenges us and asks us, why do you say this? And he goes on then to give an answer. And that's really our second point. If we are despairing, well, what is the answer? Isaiah says in the next two verses that it's in God, and it's in the greatness of God. He reminds us that God is eternal. We think just of, well, right now, don't we? But God is always present with us, and he is working his purposes out. But not only is he the eternal God, he is the creator God. At the ends of the earth, it says. So wherever we are, even if it's in a lonely house, or if possibly in an intensive care unit, God is still there. And unlike us, God never tires or grows weary. So as we consider this great God, what's the answer for us? And the answer is in our renewal. And we see that in the last two verses of this passage. Even the fittest and strongest among us will become tired and weary. Human strength will fail. And ultimately, we perhaps can't cope on our own. But if we want God to be with us, then we must continue to wait upon him. Because God says that if we wait upon him, he will renew our strength more than we can ever imagine. And Isaiah pictures it in that wonderful way of soaring eagles, going high and above everything else. But the key word here is, of course, is to wait on God. And that is so important. It doesn't mean just sitting around waiting for God to come down in some mystical way. No, it's depending on God in faith, reading the Bible, praying to him. If you like, it's what Paul says in Philippians, forgetting the things that are behind us. Let's press on to the high calling of God. God makes us many promises that we can claim. We were thinking of that the other Wednesday, weren't we? Thinking of the promises of God. And we need to claim them in our lives. So are you willing to let God be in control of your life? We always want everything in an instant, don't we? But now we're having to wait. And we're having to wait for this lockdown to be eased. Well, let's also make sure we're waiting on the Lord, because the result will be renewed strength. Thank you.